Let us talk about the halides of alkaline earth metals. So beryllium chloride, that is beryllium halide, if we are talking about, they are mostly covalent in nature because of the smaller size of the beryllium cation. So being smaller in size, polarization will be more, so there the bond will be more covalent. So that is why beryllium halides are soluble in the organic solvents. So let us talk about the structure of beryllium chloride. In the solid state, the chain-like structure of the beryllium chloride can exist. Upon heating it in the vapor phase, it is converting into the dimeric form, in which the chloro-bridge dimer will be formed. So the structure will be like that. Beryllium dimer will be formed. Chloro-bridge structure will be there. One chlorine on this side, another chlorine is on this side. So this type of dimer will be formed. Upon heating this above 1200 Kelvin temperature, it will decompose to form monomer of beryllium chloride. So this type of monomer exists in the vapor phase. So that is all about the structure of the halide of beryllium. So let us talk about the stability of hydrates of alkaline earth metals halide. So all the halides of alkaline earth metals, they can exist in the hydrated form, and the tendency to hydrate formation goes to be decreases down the group due to the increase in the size of the cation. So if we talk about beryllium and magnesium, if their hydrate undergoes hydrolysis upon heating, while the other will undergo dehydration by the loss of the water of the crystallization. So let us talk about the next, that is the salt of the oxo acids. So salts of oxo acids of the alkaline earth metals. We are talking one by one. Carbonic acid, salt of carbonic acid, salt of sulfuric acid with alkaline earth metal, salt of with nitric acid. They are called as a carbonates, sulfates and nitrates. Now coming to the properties of carbonates first of all. So carbonates of alkaline earth metals, they are insoluble in water, and the solubility of carbonates, remember, that goes to be decreases down the group as the metal ion size goes to be increases. So why solubility decreases? Because of the decrease in the hydration enthalpy. Smaller is the size of the cation, more it will be soluble in the water because of the higher hydration enthalpy. So the solubility of carbonate decreases down the group due to the increase in the size of the cation. Again, all the carbonates, that is all the carbonates of the alkaline earth metal, all the carbonates of the alkaline earth metals, they will decompose upon heating to form oxide, as well as carbon dioxide gas will be evolved. If we talk about beryllium carbonate, that is a beryllium carbonate that is unstable, very unstable. So that is why beryllium carbonate should be always kept under the atmosphere of the carbon dioxide. And last, about the thermal stability. Thermal stability that goes to be increases down the group because largest size cation solubility factor depends upon hydration enthalpy, but the thermal stability, it depends upon the lattice enthalpy. So larger is the size of the cation, more it can stabilizes with the larger size anion, that is a carbonate ion. So that is why thermal stability of the alkaline earth metal carbonate goes to be increases down the group. It is because of the higher lattice enthalpy account for the largest size cation with the largest size carbonate anion. Similarly, if we talk about the sulfates, sulfates of the alkaline earth metal, all are white crystalline solids and they are quite stable towards heat. Again, if we talk about beryllium sulfate and magnesium sulfate, both show the exceptional behavior. They are readily soluble in water, while the solubility goes to be decreases down the group. Again, the reason is due to the lesser hydration enthalpies. Similarly, as I told you earlier, because beryllium and magnesium ion, they have a high hydration enthalpy which can easily compensate the lattice enthalpy factor. Therefore, they are more soluble in the water as comparison to calcium and more towards a barium sulfate. Last oxoacid salt is the nitrate. Now, nitrates can be easily formed by taking carbonates, alkaline earth metal carbonates. Upon dissolution in the dilute nitric acid, we are getting a nitrates. Now, just like a magnesium nitrate having a 6 water of crystallization, barium nitrate exists in the form of a anhydrous salt because of the larger size cation. Now, if we talk about the thermal stability, all the metal nitrates upon heating, just like a lithium nitrate, forming metal oxide, nitrogen dioxide gas will be formed and oxygen will be liberated out. So that is all about the chemical trends of alkaline earth metals. So now let us talk about the anomalous behavior of beryllium and its resemblance with aluminium due to the diagonal relationship. First of all, we are talking about anomalies of the beryllium. Now, beryllium show anomalous behavior due to its smaller size or smaller atomic as well as ionic size, due to which they have a high ionization enthalpy as comparison to the group members, and due to the smaller size, its compounds are mostly covalent in nature, which can be easily hydrolyzed. In spite of that, beryllium do not extend its coordination number beyond 4. The reason is, in case of beryllium having atomic number 4, electronic configuration is 1s2 and 2s2. If one of the electron get promoted and goes to the p orbital, p having how many orbitals? 2s2, 2p having 3 orbitals. So there are one electron get promoted and goes to the 2p orbital. So there are 4 orbitals in the excited state of the beryllium that is available. So its covalency or a coordinate bond cannot extend beyond 4 because of the non-availability of the d orbital. But rest of the member, they can extend its coordination number beyond 4 due to the availability of the d orbital. Similarly, beryllium oxides and hydroxides, unlike the other hydroxides, they are amphoteric in nature. We done earlier the reactions that they are reacting with alkali as well as they are going to be react with a base also. ये alkali के साथ भी react कर जाते हैं, base के साथ भी react कर जाते हैं और acid के साथ भी react कर जाते हैं. While rest of the member they are basic in nature. उनकी nature क्या होती है? They are basic in nature. So that is all the anomalies shown by the beryllium. Now coming to the similarities between beryllium and the aluminium due to the diagonal relationship. So I told you earlier the cause of diagonal relationship is the same size, almost same ionic sizes, about 31 picometer, and they have a same charge to radius ratio. So as a result of this, both resembles in many ways. So let us talk about what are the factors, what are the various points of the similarities between beryllium and the aluminium. Just like aluminium, beryllium is not readily attacked by acid because they can also form a protective oxide layer on its surface. Similarly, beryllium hydroxide, they dissolve in excess of alkali to form this kind of a berylliate ion. Again, aluminium hydroxide also forming a aluminate ion. We discussed earlier the structure also, beryllium chloride structure, just like aluminium chloride, both having the same structure. So both can be used as an organic solvent and as a strong Lewis acid. So both ions, that is beryllium and the aluminium ion, they have a strong tendency to form a complexes that we discuss later on in your coordination chapter. What are complexes are actually. So they both have a tendency to form a complexes. So these are the points of similarities between beryllium and the aluminium. Now let us move towards the important compounds belonging to alkaline earth metals. I am moving to the next slide. So with this here all physical and the chemical properties. anomalous behavior of the beryllium and the diagonal similarities between beryllium and the aluminium is completed. Now we are proceeding towards the important compounds of alkaline earth metals. So let us talk about the important compounds. First of all, we are talking about the important compound of alkaline earth metal, that is the calcium oxide, which is commonly called as a quicklime, represented by symbol calcium oxide. So first of all, coming to its preparation. So it can be prepared commercially on the large scale by using a limestone, that is a calcium carbonate, at an elevated temperature of about this. So upon heating, it will decompose to form calcium oxide. So this calcium oxide is a white amorphous solid having a high melting point of about 2870. Now on exposure to the atmosphere, it absorbs moisture as well as carbon dioxide, results in the formation of a calcium hydroxide, which is called as a slag lime, or a calcium carbonate will be formed. Now there is a very interesting question from examination point of view, that what do you mean by lump of lime and what do you mean by soda lime? So when you are adding a limited amount of water to a calcium oxide, there is a breakage of the lumps, big lumps of the lime, and that process is called as a slaking of lime. You have to give this one first particular action. So what is slaking of lime? When you are adding a limited amount of water for the breakage of big lumps of a lime, that is to be called as a slaking of lime. Now, in spite of that, when you are adding quick lime slaked with a soda, that gives us solid soda lime, and being basic oxide, it combines with acidic to form a various salts. So यहाँ तक हमने पढ़ा है, it will form a calcium carbonate, जिसे हम क्या बोलते हैं, soda lime. So this calcium oxide being basic in nature, it is used in the metallurgic process for the removal of the acidic impurities. Now this calcium oxide being basic in nature, it is added to those extraction of metal in which acidic impurities are there, so that it can combine with the acidic impurities and remove in the form of a slag. There are two examples in which calcium oxide is added as a flux to remove the acidic impurity. Now coming to the uses of this calcium oxide, it is used as a primary material for the manufacturing of cement. It is the cheapest form of alkali we are using in the laboratory also. It is used in the manufacturing of sodium carbonate from caustic soda. In spite of that, for the purification of sugar and for the manufacturing of dye stuff, we are using this calcium oxide. Now let us move towards the next important compound of alkaline earth metal, that is to be called as a slaked lime, called as a calcium hydroxide. Now coming to its preparation part, how it can be prepared, we discussed earlier also. Just by the addition of water to the quick lime, calcium oxide, we are getting a slag lime, that is a calcium hydroxide. So it is white color amorphous powder. It is sprangly soluble in water. So remember, sprangly soluble means when you are adding water to it, the part which is soluble, it is called as an aqueous solution, which is called as a lime water. And the part which is insoluble, it will form suspension. So that is to be called as a milk of a lime. So upon passing carbon dioxide, what will happen? That lime water that turns milky due to the formation of this calcium carbonate. So this reaction is used as a test for the detection of the carbon dioxide gas. If you are passing carbon dioxide gas through a slag lime, it will turn milky, that confirms the present gas is the carbon dioxide due to the formation of calcium carbonate. But remember, if you are passing excess of carbon dioxide gas, the precipitate will dissolve, and as a result of this, it will lead to the formation of calcium hydrogen carbonate, which is highly soluble in a water. Now there is two important directions from this particular topic, that is direction of a milk of lime, that is a suspension of calcium hydroxide in water with a chlorine. So when we are reacting it with each other, it will lead to the formation of calcium oxychloride, जिसे हम hypochlorite भी बोलते हैं. इसे ब्लीचिंग पाउडर के लिए हम इसे यूज़ करते हैं, फॉर ब्लीचिंग पेपर और ब्लीचिंग फॉर ब्लीचिंग मैनी थिंग्स हम इसे यूज़ करते हैं. So it will lead to formation of bleaching powder. Basically it is a calcium oxychloride, and the calcium chloride and water will be formed as a byproduct. Again, it is a very important reaction from examination point of view. Now coming to the uses of this slag lime. It is used for the preparation of mole tar. It is a kind of a building material. It is used as a white wash. आप घरों में white wash जो करवाते हैं उसमें हम इसे यूज़ करते हैं as a disinfectant की फॉर्म में. In spite of that, it is used for making glass making, tanning industries में, for the preparation of bleaching powder, and for the purification of the sugar it can be used. So that is all about the calcium hydroxide. Now last is the calcium carbonate. Now what is calcium carbonate? We done its preparation also. So it is, we are using calcium carbonate in our daily life in a very common way. Just like a limestone is there, chalk. The teachers that are using chalk, these are also a kind of a calcium carbonate. Marble is also a kind of a calcium carbonate. So it can be used in a many ways. So first of all, a very simple way for its preparation. Upon passing carbon dioxide gas through a calcium hydroxide, that is a slag lime, we are getting a calcium carbonate. In spite of that, it can be also prepared by the addition of sodium carbonate to the calcium chloride. We are again getting a calcium carbonate. You have seen that calcium carbonate, it is used especially in schools for making a ground, for marking the ground. So it is white fluffy powder, and it is almost insoluble in water. It decomposes upon heating. When we heat it above 1200 Kelvin temperature, it decomposes with the evolution of the carbon dioxide gas. Now being basic in nature, it combined with acid to form salt, water, and the carbon dioxide gas will be evolved. Now last, coming to the uses of this calcium carbonate. It is used as a building material in the form of marble, in the form of quicklime manufacturing it is used. Calcium carbonate along with magnesium carbonate, it is used as a flux for the extraction of so many metals, just like iron extraction. Now, specially precipitated calcium carbonate is used for making high quality papers. It is extra white high quality papers can be prepared by using precipitated calcium carbonate. In spite of that, it is used as an antacid. It is used as an ingredient in toothpaste. It is used in the chewing gums. It is also used as a fillers by dentist or by in the case of a cosmetic field. So that is all about the uses of calcium carbonate. Now next, very important or interesting that you discussed in class 10th also, the compound of calcium that is to be called as a plaster of Paris. Now what is plaster of Paris? It is calcium sulfate hemihydrate. It is called as a plaster of Paris. Now it can be prepared from gypsum, which is basically a dihydrate of a calcium sulfate.